Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. On first down, Brady. And his first pass is incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady airing this one out for Evans. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
56 second reload. Easy.
From the gun, it's Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Flush to his right. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
For number 47.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
3rd down and 10.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
56. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. Play 50 seconds, play 56.
Shotgun now for Brady. The catch made by Miller. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process.
At the 44-yard line.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
52's the mic, boys. 52.
On 2nd and 12, Brady. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10.
You think about Tom Brady and these Chargers. For a long time this offseason, the thought was that L.A. might be a leading contender to land his services, what with the new stadium opening and all. But in the end, the Chargers got their quarterback of the future in Justin Herbert, and Brady wound up in Florida.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
His pass.
Herbert hooking up with Henry that time for the Charger first.
A gain of 15.
When Hunter Henry entered the league, people were really looking for him to establish himself as one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Ability to run and catch and make plays in open space, but the biggest obstacle he's had.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Complete, Hunter Henry with the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. The 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sideline. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Keep it up, guys. 56, the mic, boys. 56.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18.
First down.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back 28, the former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Brady. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. Whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Brought down at the 35-yard
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's going to wind up getting this all the way down to the Buccaneers' 35-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll try the air now with Herbert. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Brings up 2nd.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming. 44. Go Bandit. 44. You ain't going nowhere. Football's a Mike. Sugar.
Operating from the gun. Brady. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Justin Watson. His first touchdown of the year. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown.
For the point after.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Herbert's throw going to be caught by Henry. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He finds Taylor. Complete. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
With Melvin Gordon moving on to Denver, Austin Eckler is officially the Chargers' #1 option at the running back position. Gordon spent a lot of time holding out last year, and Eckler took full advantage with a breakout season. 92 receptions, 993 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He was in the top 10 in the league in receptions, receiving touchdowns, and all-purpose yards.
He was looking for the Pro Bowl wideout Keenan Allen there, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown.
Number 81, Mike Williams.
Mike Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Makes it 3rd and 14.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League.
Watch us left.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now is 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
30-yard line.
Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. The Charger drive about to get going. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
Eric Reed on the tackle.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. 4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt.
For the Chargers.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So on 4th down, here's Ty Long to punt for the Chargers. Fielded at the 20. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try moving the ball and getting field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he must be on the field at all times.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. On the run, this is Jackson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Back to throw here, Herbert. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown.
To Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen, as the first half is winding down, and the Chargers have taken the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is up to 5.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and
They'll
3.
operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On second down, here's Herbert. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target. Third down here.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Going deep here for Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Carlton Davis picks it. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And he finds Howard complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
At the 6-yard line.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
Yeah, he did. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rob Gronkowski, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. So what can Brady do here as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Buccaneers 17. Chargers 14.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A handoff. It's Eckler. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
A gain of 12.
When I watched Mike Williams play receiver at Clemson, one of the things I was drawn to, his toughness. This is a guy who took some big-time hits out in the field as the #1 receiver and kept finding ways to make plays. And finally it's paid off for him because in 2019 had his first 1,000-yard season in the NFL and averaged over 20 yards per catch.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
First down, Chargers.
Now, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the second half. 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. 1st down and more for Jackson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
The Chargers 1st down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Complete. It's Henry. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. On the give, this is Eckler. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have once again taken the lead. They'll come out in the pistol. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. That's out to the left and complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
To Joe Reed.
Joe Reed, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. Badgley on for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score Chargers 21, Buccaneers 17.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, It's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
On the coverage.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. And here we go.
From the gun, Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jones running on 1st down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45.
3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Watch the edge.
Throwing again. Brady. Again for Evans. This time he's got him. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the 4th. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 24, Chargers 21. Ryan Suckup set to kick off.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
Desmond King on the return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
No, I can't go. Sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. It changed name. How about your respect?
The Charger drive about to get going, and they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. A big spot for the rookie Herbert. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the 45-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The Chargers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Herbert. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Herbert. This is caught by Jackson. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Again, Herbert. He'll get this to his running back. It's Justin Jackson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped it for a minimal gain.
And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The offense on third down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He was brought down.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
2nd and 1. At the 40-yard line.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait, because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
They'll take over.
Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
A gain of
a big play there for L.A. 42 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert. That's caught by Jackson. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
1 yard.
They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9.
21-yard line.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Is good.
Well, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Check. Kill.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Ronald Jones,
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Back to throw, Brady.
2nd and 4.
He sets up the screen to Jones. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
I got you. 5-2's the Mike. Mike 5-2. Watch the screen. Sugar. Watch the screen.
To throw is Brady. Open man is Miller. He's got it. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Watch Mike. Stop your whining. Mike 52.
Brady to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Completes it to Miller. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Now Brady. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. SOS. Check safety.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe. Let me breathe for a minute, man.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal.
49's a mic. 49's a mic.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. On now is Ryan Suckup for the field goal try.
A 28-yard attempt.
And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And it'll be a hot time in Ybor tonight. The Bucs have won the football game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Bucs, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.